Hello, hello. Welcome to stream. Yeah, it's so late. Sure, sure. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. How's it going? We are starting a little early. We almost started almost on normal time. But anyway, hello. Just want to let you all know. For those who have Discord, you already know you have messages. Everything has been seen. But I am currently at Nana's. We are at Grandma's house. I have my setup kind of just chilling because we had to evacuate. There was a fire, and yeah, it was really kind of sudden and a little scary, but I don't want to downplay it, but I also don't want to scare you guys. But it's not great. But yeah, our fire is currently the second largest in all of California, and California has over 100 fires right now, I believe. So it's been really not great. It's been stressful, but either way, everything is fine. So I just want, it's so funny. I even posted on my Facebook for all of my friends and family. I'm just like, we are safe at Grandma's. And I posted pictures of the fire as we were leaving and a little bit of video. And it's so funny because the first thing everybody does is just go, oh my God, are you okay? Please be safe. We are safe. First words, don't just look at pictures and panic. Read. You learn to read when you're in kindergarten. Read. We are safe. Just want people to know we are safe. But yeah, we do have pictures. We were very close. It ended up burning all the way up to, I don't know if it's on, but it's definitely at the border of our property. We've been in fires that have been closer than that before. They've actually been right near the house, but let's just say this is the second closest one that has come about, and it really sucked because it was sudden, but everything's great. Everything's being taken care of. So between also watching what plays on the news versus what's actually happening, it's so funny. I love newscasts and reports because they are so uninformed. It's great. So I would just like to tell you all, having been there myself and seen it, because they're extremely far away, and then they're reporting, and they just make it sound so interesting. It's it's pathetic. But anyway, as I posted in Discord, I posted it in the announcements. I didn't at everybody, so if you didn't get the notification, that is fine. I just didn't want anybody to panic, but I did want it to be separate. As in, yes, this is an announcement. You need to know I am leaving my property. So the fire, again, got really, really close, but everything's great. And you can see it on a map. I'll show you guys a map here in a second. But we also have a live camera feed at our front door. Now, we wanted to put more up around the whole area in general. We have about 5 different buildings. We have a workshop. It's kind of like a wood workshop, but it's more than just wood. It's kind of my dad's workshop. We have a water house, which is for pumping water. We have a garage, we have a house, and then we have my grandfather's place, which is the current new studio area for all of my messy projects like painting and all that. So, we are quite literally, the day we were about to leave, Dad's like, oh, we need to get the backhoe and dig up some ground. I want to put some more wire in the ground because, we want to add more things to the house. We want to add a breaker box outside. There's just a lot of things that we're upgrading currently, and we were going to do that, but we unfortunately had to leave suddenly. So it was kind of there's nothing we can do about it. But once we get back up and get back on track, which, by the way, everything is currently fine. Dad is there today. I've been up there the past 2 days. We've driven up and driven back and driven up and driven back. Today I decided to stay here and work because y'all know I'm still working on Xally. I got my own work to do. So I am here. He is there, but he did send me a message. There are no visible threats. Now that doesn't mean there aren't still threats over the mountainside because we're kind of at the top of the mountain, but we're not at the top where we can see around us. and there is still a fire going on behind it. I'll show you guys here in a minute on a map, but it's just, you need to know that that is the thing. So we are, I think, in the clear as far as, like, he wanted to go back and be like, oh, I want to stay the night and, you know, get up every morning and, like, just do all the work around the stuff, but everything was still smoldering so bad yesterday. I was like, yeah, Dad, I don't know about that. I don't think you should, because they're sending in helicopters. So he was like, yeah, no, I don't think I should come back just yet. But now, with everything being clear, I'll be fine if he wants to go back up. But I also showed you guys the video. So if you saw the video with the chopper, we were on our blockhouse, which is actually the 6th building, but it is on a completely different set of property. We have 20 acres in all. We have 10 that we share with, or shared with, our grandfather, and then 10 that's just ours. So we went over to the 10 that's just ours. We have a big block house. We got on the 3rd floor, which has no walls or roof yet, and we got to see them come in and pour water. So it was kind of scary because I was eating lunch, and usually you can see and hear the big tankers flying over the mountain, going again further to put all this stuff out, and you can hear the choppers as well. But for whatever reason, because it gets really, really loud and then it gets really, really quiet as, you know, sound travels, and then you can hear them go away. I was in the middle of eating lunch, and there was just this really loud sound of a chopper, and I'm like, why isn't it going away? It's been here for like, it's really, really quick. It's like maybe 20 seconds in all that you could hear it, but it was there for like a good 2 minutes. So finally I went outside. I was like, what the hell is going on? And I'll put the video in a YouTube video, but it was just so funny because I'm like, what the hell are they doing? There's a chopper, like, I don't know, not even 500, maybe like 200 feet from me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I didn't realize. Our neighbor called us and they were like, oh, hey, we ran into some of the firefighter guys. I'm like, yeah, we ran into them too. We told them to come to our place for Wi-Fi and the water tanks. And our neighbor goes down there, Casey. He's a hoot. But anyway, Casey goes down there and he's like, yeah, you know, we're just putting out these hot spots, because yesterday, as I was leaving, I said, hey, I gave an exact location. I said, this was smoldering on the way up by Barry's place. Y'all need to know, or somebody needs to know, hey, Barry's place just sparked up again. It is an actual fire. Like, several trees are on fire. Not smoldering, fire. Just FYI. And we left. So it only took them 24 hours, but yeah, we were up there fighting the fires, and then Casey ran into them and they were like, oh, no. They're like, we'll help, it's fine. So then they sent up 2 choppers, and they were constant. Since noon yesterday, they were sending up choppers to drop water, and it was, as far as I know, very effective, because nothing is smoldering today. Everything we can see from our place, again, on that block house, is completely clear. And then, of course, yesterday, again, as we were leaving, once again, behind us, the mountain behind us, it looked like a bomb went off. It was suddenly, because it was all white smoke, pretty much the whole basin. It's like a small valley. It was completely full of smoke. Everything was white smoke. Even the smoldering was all white smoke. But as we left behind us, it was turning yellow. And I told Dad, I said, that shit is toxic. We gotta go. So we left, and officially, according to today, he said, yeah, now there's just, once again, white smoke. I'm like, okay, good. So, but yeah, they sent big ass planes, you guys, and choppers to drop water. It was insane, like, how big these suckers were. I'm very, very grateful to all of the firefighters, by the way. They not only called in for, like, LA fire, like the news says, oh, they called in LA firefighters. No, they called in LA, Santa Barbara. There are a great many Southern Californian firefighters all on this fire right now, and they are doing a fantastic job. They're actually working with us civilians to kind of clear up all these places, because unfortunately for them, they're trying to mark out these places on maps. They've never been there. They don't know the area. We do. So it's been really good, like, talking to them and being like, hey, this is where you need to go, blah, blah, blah. And they have really done a great job. I originally, when this first broke out, I was very, very pissed. I was like, this should have been handled way long before it got to us. It crossed 2 whole mountains before it got to us. We're the 3rd mountain. So the fact that it even got as far as it did, I'm very, very not happy. There are a lot of people who have actually lost their homes. Some of my neighbors actually. So, like, if I know it's like a lot of acres, but in terms of like going down the road, like whose driveway is whose, there's ours, there is Pierre, and there is Barry. So Barry's place for sure was on fire. His home is fine, but all the trees surrounding, that's where it was. It was close. So it was kind of like, oh, that is not great. But yeah, so as much as I do really appreciate this whole area for coming together and getting this shit done, it does upset me that a lot of people lost their stuff. But as far as like my neighbors are concerned, if anybody wants to rebuild, I'll be there. I'll be happy to do that. So just know I may take some time off in the future, and it will probably just be for rebuilding and helping out. You know, I'm just an extra pair of hands. Even if all I do is make lunch for everybody, I mean, I will help. So just need everybody to know that. So yeah, other than that, just know there's a lot of video, there's a lot of stuff. The first night I pretty much was checking our live feed camera every 15 minutes. Now we're at the point where I'm not really too concerned. I'll check it every few hours and everything still looks good. So all good on that front. So let me get into the map. Alrighty, this is fire.ca.gov. This is the California Department of Forest Fires, essentially, and this is all of California right now. Now, mind you, we may be the second biggest fire in all of California, but the biggest fire in California is in the north, and it is bigger than the city of LA, the entirety of LA, which is pretty much a lot of cities combined in one. So that is not good. But yeah, so we're on fire, quite literally. And here we are, way down here. So if y'all want to know where I live, this is where I live. You know, good luck. So the fire started somewhere over here and went this way over this entire mountainside, burned through Havilah, which is the city that we drive through to get to our lake town over here, and it burnt through another mountain, which is right here, by the way, and this is our mountain right here, and it's all up in here, but this is behind us, so the fire is still raging over here behind us. And the funny part about this whole thing is, like, yeah, you can literally see us on satellite. So this is how close it got. This is my grandfather's place right here. That's the only place that's really, really cleared out. Our trailer that we live in is kind of in here in the ravine with the trees. So clearly it was kind of like, oh shit, we have our really, really close neighbors right behind us. But go down the road here, our neighbor is over here. Even though it is engulfed in flame in this picture, it's not completely accurate. They're fine. But poor Barry is right here. He had the fire all around his. But I will say, I prayed a lot, but just know that I do believe heavily in my grandfather's work. My grandfather worked on a backhoe for many, many years after the military. He did a lot of like grading work. So he flattened this out, cleared it out, and it was probably the smartest thing to do. So in the event of fire safety, I will warn you guys, flames can get up to 100 feet high. Therefore, you should always have at least 150 to 200 feet of break. Don't build houses around trees. It's a very not great idea, especially, at least if you're in California, it's not a great idea. So unfortunately, we only have this one spot. And now my grandfather has passed. We are working on it on our own. But anyway, so this is our driveway, and you drive up the mountain here. It gets really, really steep, and you come around this corner. Don't be weird, come here. So this corner is kind of like a lookout point, and you can see the whole of everything. So that's where my dad was. It was over here this morning. Right here in this itty bitty little spot. It's very hard. Oh, and I don't know if it's very hard to see. They can zoom in pretty well. Anyways, this is our block house that is completely unfinished. This is the third floor that you're looking at. And yeah, it's a big block house, so everybody calls it the castle. So that's our castle, but not really a castle. So it was close. This is our 20 acres about right here. So this is what it looks like, and it was pretty crazy. What's crazy enough too is, so the road goes around and up back around here, right here in this little red house. That is my neighbor Casey. So when I say I'm going to Casey's to play poker, like, I go up here and we hang out and play games. So yeah, that's kind of how scary that whole situation was. But also, it is, again, has been taken care of. Firefighters are doing a great job. It's fantastic. And as of this morning, we also got word that, now mind you, when this was all going around, it just kept saying 0% contained, 0% contained. The majority of this mountainside right here, this side, has burned all the way through. It's stopped and it's kind of contained, but like, just, there's nothing left. It's all charred. It's black with rocks. That's all you can see technically. And the middle was still kind of smoldering. So the middle is fine. Once everything is burnt, you can't exactly burn it again. So they have that slightly under control. It's fine. But it's one of those things where they're like, okay, if you want to get technical, they've announced that it is 5% contained. I would say that it's more than that contained. Like I said, we've been there, we've seen it with our own eyes. And yeah, the firefighters are working really well with everybody on all the mountainsides and whatnot, but they are still really trying to tell people, hey, you need to evacuate. So luckily, like, it's not the greatest situation in the world, but it's better than it could have been. It could have been very bad. Are you doxing yourself? You need to go back to Internet 101. Well, not really internet. It's just news, man. Those newscasters are just like, bleh. You guys are like, you aren't there. You're nowhere near anything. And they're only listening to, like, the press conferences that they've made, which is hilarious, by the way. It's like, okay. Apparently the governor's coming down and going to do another, like, press conference. And it's like, what are you going to tell us? Oh, hey, we have it under control. Oh, hey, federal is finally going to send some money to help out. Like, fine. With... Like, this is news we could have used days ago, but regardless, it is what it is. It's better than it could have been. It could have been a lot worse. So, you know, again, very happy with the way it's going. And that is the facts. I have picture and video. Like, it's fine. It's not terrible, but it's fine. You know, it's not great either, but it's fine. Oh, man. But yeah, so pretty happy that, we still have our place, I will say, but I did manage to bring down everything that I felt was important. So it's so funny. So you literally sit there and think, oh, you know, what happens in the event of, you know, an emergency? What are you going to grab? You know, you think about these things. Now, my cats are notorious for, like, hiding when I need to go because they hate car rides so bad. They're like, no, I'm going to hide. Lucky me, I had a trick. So the air conditioner that we have is in my room, and I set up kind of like these blanket forts because it does make my room very cold. It's right there. So the cats can crawl under it and kind of keep themselves warm, or warmer while it's, you know, blowing straight cool air. So one of the cats, Yui, was under there. She was a quick, easy grab. Ahsoka, I still had to go and crawl after, but I knew her hiding spot. So my biggest concern was really them. I always worried that in the event of a serious issue, they would be the hardest to kind of like track down and get into the car, but it was fine. It was a lot easier than I expected. And then I grabbed pretty much things that are completely irreplaceable. Family pictures, things of people who are long dead that I was like, we need to just grab these and come down. Being able to go up a second day, I packed a lot more. And for that it was you know, either clothes that I have, or clothes, posters, and like artworks and books that I have purchased at conventions, things that like you're not gonna replace that. It's not even sellable anymore. So that was a thing. I did grab some of my precious books. I did not grab all of my books, but you guys know I love my books, so I grabbed the ones that were the most important, which was a good handful, and brought them down. Yeah, so that's kind of where we were. I brought a few other extra cat things that I don't usually bring when I come to Grandma's, but I wanted my poor cats to at least have something because I knew we were going to be here a while. Which, by the way, I will be at Grandma's until September. I was planning on coming down the second half of August anyway, but since here we are, it's August, I'm just staying down here. So that's a thing. So that's why I'm going to be working again on Xally, and Dad can be up there with everybody else, and they can all finish and deal with what's going on. Yeah. So it's that kind of thing where you're like, yeah, what would you really grab in an emergency? Well, now I know. So oh man. I'm glad I know, but yeah. And it was quite quick. The best way to put it, you guys, the first sign of the apocalypse, as I'm going to say, is the fact that and it had been for days previously. There was ash and, burnt leaves falling from the other mountains. The wind was blowing in our direction, so clearly all of that shit was falling. The sky was orange. I mean, at first I was confused because I'm like, it looks like it's bright outside, but it's slightly orange. I'm like, this is like an eclipse. What the fuck? And it had done it for 2 days, but there was no smoke to be seen. And then that particular day, we knew that there was a fire. We're like, oh, okay, we got it. We know what's going on. We'll watch it. And then Dad decided, we had just had dinner. He decided to go outside. He was like, oh, I'll be right back. I'm going to like lock up the shop and everything. We might need to leave. Oh, okay. Sounds good. And he goes up to my grandfather's place, which has that cleared space, as you guys saw. Motherfucker, he took so long. I was like, where the fuck is he? And all of a sudden you could hear it. Dink, 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 dink. Now that's what it sounds like when it rains. We have a metal roof, but we knew it wasn't raining. So I'm like, okay, there's legitimately big ass pieces of ash and burning shit falling from the sky. Like, I was very concerned. So I'm like waiting for Dad to come back. And then he comes back in and he goes, oh, yeah, it sounds like a big jet engine outside. And you can hear the fire, you can see the fire, but also a bird just fell dead right next to me. So I think we should go. So that was our second sign of the apocalypse, where we're like, oh great, the air is toxic. We gotta, yeah, we do have to go now. So yeah, managed to leave in about 30 minutes. It was great, but wow, it was not great. Let's just say there are two kinds of people in a panic situation. And I have clearly discovered which one my family is. So our neighbor Casey, again, no offense to him, but he's such a funny guy. He's a definite like, oh my God, you need to get out of there. Oh my God, you got panic, full on panic. Like that's Casey. My dad and I are like, oh yeah, sure, there are birds falling out of the sky. I guess we should go. But we were concerned, and I was concerned enough that in the middle of the move, because I'm like, okay, fine, I'm grabbing things and I'm packing, and about halfway through it, I started hyperventilating and I had a panic attack, but it only lasted about 2 minutes before I got my head on straight, and I was like, okay, it's fine, just breathe. But I do think that because I ran up to my grandfather's place outside, I do believe that I breathed in a lot of toxic fumes because I had a migraine. And yeah, if y'all remember the mold situation where I'm like, if your guys' head hurts for a long time and you don't know why, I would suggest checking your walls. But no, really, it's any kind of toxicity in the air. The first thing that happens is it does get to your head, and I had a headache and it hurt so bad, but I was still kind of like keeping everything, in a list in my head. I'm like, okay, I need this, and this. I need this, and this. And we got everything. It was great, but it was, again, not great because panic, but that was as panicked as I got. I had 2 minutes of a panic attack, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. Let's go. Also, third great thing that I have to admit, people talk a lot of shit about my Jeep. They really do. Like, on the mountainside. Like, they're like, oh, why would you want a Jeep? Blah, blah, blah. This is better. That's better. A bunch of men that like different cars. They, of course, they know better than a woman, right? Well, let me tell you guys. It is, in fact, a 40-minute drive from the base end to the top of the mountain. Now the gate, which is about halfway, is a 26-minute drive. I made it down to the gate in 15 minutes in my Jeep, and safely. Not, I mean, it was still a violent ride because of all the bumps, but 15 minutes. So yeah, don't talk shit about my Jeep. My Jeep did a great job, and I'm very happy that I have it. Oh, I love my car. I love my car so much. At least you have a laptop, which allows you to take your art with you. Exactly, Carbs, exactly. Now, I did not get to take my Cintiq. I was only able to kind of grab my, what would I put it as? I got my laptop. I got my video. I did not grab my microphone because it was still kind of like wrapped and attached, but I was able to grab it like the second day. And then of course on the third day I grabbed my Cintiq because I was like, fuck it. It was a lot to kind of unhook it from the arm and get it back in its box, but it worked very well, you know, having nothing else to do that third day. So it was easy in that sense. So while it was crazy and panic and all the things, that's what happened, everybody. So I mean, I appreciate you guys for all of your thoughts, prayers, and of course just, you know, being patient, because that's kind of the thing. And I know there are a lot of people that I know online who still live in California. So I will definitely say, if you have not heard from your friends who also live in these fire areas, even if you know they're evacuated and they're fine, also consider the fact that they're probably moving around or focusing their attention on, you know, their own stuff. So you may not hear from them. Don't think that something bad has happened. It doesn't mean anything bad has happened. It just means if they've been evacuated or they're running around too, you know, they could be just not concerned with talking to people. I mean, even these past 2 days, just going up to the mountain, like I have communication when I'm here in town, and I have communication once we get up there because we have our Starlink, the satellite internet. So sometimes if anyone had sent me text messages or spoken to me, you wouldn't get any information for about 3 hours in between. So like if you've lost communication with anybody in California, just consider they may be traveling or moving and they just don't have the ability to answer you, or they don't want to answer you because they're too focused on other stuff. Because I did consider not responding to people, but then I figured people would flip out, which is also why I posted on Discord the way I did, just letting everyone know, hey, I'm evacuating. But also because I knew it would, and I knew it was going to end up on national news at some point. So I knew y'all would know, hey, California's on fire. No, I'm not in the big one, but we were in a one. And yeah, so it was kind of one of those things where I wanted you guys to know before you heard it on the news. So that's why everything's in the announcement channel if you have missed it. So yeah, everything is fine, ma'am. Thank you. So it's just a wild past few days. This all ensued Friday, by the way, if anyone didn't know. But it broke Wednesday. Like it we knew about the fire Wednesday, but this was when it kind of just like sparked and went really fast and burnt a lot really, really fast. So again, in total, the whole area has lost about 50 acres. So it's pretty big. I mean, if you stopped trying to create fire art up there, your woods wouldn't burn down. I know, right? Although, I have to admit, you guys, my fire is way prettier. Don't you think? I mean, I think so. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god. I had to actually put my purple flame in a completely different... There we go. It's a little brighter there, but I had to darken it just to kind of... I don't know. I don't know if you guys would like it brighter or darker, but... I wanted more focus on Xally. But anyway, yeah. Fire's not great, guys, but yeah. It's good. Again, it's good to know what kind of panicky person I am. I am the level-headed panic, so that's all that matters. Oh my god. My neighbor is just so fucking funny, though. Constantly. You gotta get out of there, man. Yeah, you know shit. Feels cold. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. God, Carbs, I don't have an emote. I don't think I would be allowed the emote that I want to give you, so I'm just going to do that. You're just like the character you are drawing for me. Yeah, we like a little chaos. It's fine. This one? Yep, that's exactly the one, Carbs. Although I need to make a better one, but I don't know. Twitch might catch me and ban me. A reliable and high-powered general. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But yeah, so it wasn't the best feeling in the world, but I did not panic or stress the way that I assumed I would. So, which is probably good for me because that means I didn't give myself a heart attack and I didn't, stress myself out so bad that, it was kind of crazy. It was mild stress, and on purpose I knew for a fact. I'm like, I need to just think about all the positive things. I can't think and worry about what I could lose, what's going to happen, because if I did, I knew that it would happen. I mean, that's kind of the thing that happens. So, I thought positively the whole time, and like I said, I trust in my grandfather's work. I trust that everything will be okay, and it was. So, cross fingers. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Papa, your spirit. If you have any help in that, I appreciate it. I don't know what souls can do on the other side, but if they can help, that's nice. So there you go. Middle finger apart from the emoji pack. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's kind of just in there, but if I made my own, I'm pretty sure that I would maybe get in trouble. Pretty sure. You guys know me too well. Like, let's be honest. Half the shit I would want to do, Twitch would be like, excuse me, lady. I don't think so. But anyways, now that that's out of the way, just so everybody knows what's going on, all the things, here we are. This is where we left off on our background Thursday, I guess. Did we stream Thursday? I don't remember. Oh, wait, we did stream on Friday because we streamed with 𝐁𝐸. That's right. So, what did we work with 𝐁𝐸? I don't even remember, you guys. That's how bad it is. Anyways, I think this is what we were working on Friday. But regardless, this is where we're at. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. Let's see. Line, chair, ta-ta, void, banners. So this is where the background is sitting. It does still need work, but it's mostly kind of done where I can start rendering Xally a bit, and we might get a little bit better look as to what she's going to look like just in the whole, to be sure. But yeah, I'm quite proud of it. Let's zoom in a little here so you guys can tell. So I did need to make the fire its own package, really. So for the most part, when you take all the things away, so we just did a basic fire. How would I put it? So when you have a picture of fire, it doesn't matter what color the fire is, as long as the background is black, you can do things on Photoshop to make it very visible with just the fire. So that's what you're seeing here. It's pretty much just the same picture, flipped and also duplicated in some areas just to make it brighter. There's no real fix or guarantee for that. It's just that's the way it is. That's what it looks like. So I ended up painting over it. First I added the blue, just a little bit, not a lot, just some blue lines here and there. And then I flipped it, did it on the other side. So we've got our blue bits to add. Needed to add more color, so then we did pretty pink. You zoom in, you can tell, you're like, oh, what are all these extras? Well, these are the extras. Aren't they great? It makes it brighter, makes it better. And then came the whole, like, considering the whole piece as a whole, whole. Darkened the bottom for Xally, brightened up some spots, got a lot more of the speckles. That's pretty much the entirety of the Purple Flame project, I'll say, because that was its own project. So after that, of course, we worked on our void. I'm very, very happy with the way the void turned out. I was not sure about the background. You guys saw me working on the candle lights. I really kind of wanted to stick with that, but to do that, I would be missing out on the void part. So I just made a black kind of silhouette. I mean, you guys have seen my starting screen, so that's pretty much what we did. We just did the black. I added the swirly bits. You know, this is one of those things where I painted it and I just kind of erased on the sides. Like, I wasn't trying to do anything fancy. And then I added the color of purple within it, which is kind of where we're at. I want to start today by getting back into that. But regardless, that's where it is. That's what we're looking at. The banners are still there as for the moment. I don't know if we're going to keep them, but to me, I don't want to do too much. So it's kind of like we're still in that process of, okay, do we like where this is going? Do we like how this is going to look in the end? And so far, yes, but we'll see. There's a lot to it, you guys. There's a lot. But yeah. So this is where we are. This is where we're going. Going to add more here for the void bits. But I thoroughly enjoyed painting them. This was legit like one of the coolest bits I've done in a while. But anyway, I hope you guys have been doing well. Hopefully nobody's panicked too much over my situation, because there's really nothing to panic about. It's fine. Completely fine. Everybody's fine. We're okay. I may end up changing the color a bit. It's just straight pink. I don't know if I like the pink. I was hoping for something a little less bright. But since I can't seem to just pick it out outright, we'll just keep going with it and figure it out. Oh, also, if anyone was curious, I was very good at distracting myself. I made another character on World of Warcraft and was playing with that for a bit. I finally made a dragon. I've never actually played an evoker, but yeah, so I learned how to heal as a completely different character. 'Twas very aggravating at first, but it's fine. Well, hell, I kind of like that it's got the blue in it, but we'll see. You can't even tell when it's in a purple-ish mode. So I guess we'll just leave it like that. Why not? I mean, it looks like a fucking void, right? That's all that matters. But we have void swirlies, so going to have to deal with the void swirly bits. And these are very, very pinky purple, so that's fine. You can't see them all, so I'm trying to at least get it where it's gonna be nice. We'll see about that. Don't know for sure. At the moment kind of looks like a dune worm, but you know. Nobody's perfect. Add another one. Excuse me, there's a reason I selected that. Thank you. Okay. All together now. Warp, warp, warp. Are we going in the right direction or are we going in the wrong direction? Could very well be going in the wrong direction. Oh, what are you doing? Stop it, stop it, stop it. I'm trying to see if I can get him to turn a little more, but yeah. I think that's about as good as that's gonna get. And we're just gonna erase them to the point of them hiding in the black swirl, because that's exactly where that starts. May not be the perfect example for this, but it'll be good enough, I suppose. All right, now what actual color are they? Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, that's fair. Here's the first one I did. They're almost purpley. Oh, that's a little better actually. I'm not even gonna lie. Hold on. I wanna reference. Okay, I take that back. So we're gonna erase that because I kind of like what they're doing a little better. Woo! Now you can go away. Thank you. It's not as thick as the other one, but it's the same idea, I think. Give me the round one. It's like they're kind of there. They're almost painted in, but not really. I don't know how to best represent that. Sort of, kind of, maybe. I don't know. I'm also just thinking of like a quick fix for that because they're a bit much. It's like I see you. I see that there are swirls, but you're not supposed to see it. Something kind of like that. What do you guys think? Does that even show up better? I don't know. It's like some of it visible, some of it not. I guess it's just the overall image that's probably more important, but even then, I feel like that's probably just a little too much. A little too much. Save your steps. Yes, we'll do that here in just a second. Okay. So this does not seem bright enough for sure. Saving. Ay, ay, ay. Awesome. Okay. It has so long to think. Come on, you can do it. Save, save, save. 80%. 90%. Come on. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, just one thing at a time. That's literally the only way I think I'm getting through this piece, as long as well as everything else in life. Just one step at a time. Alrighty. Oh, that is weird. Okay. So I didn't make the void as voidy the first time. There were other various colors and things attached, but it's fine. Hold on. One more look at the realistic one. Yeah, I was gonna say, it feels like you don't really get to see the black bits. At least not in the same way. Like, you can see him up here. You don't get to see all of it, but you see enough to know that, like, it's rippling. But it could also just follow the movement. We could do that too. Some of them on the outside would be fine, but I don't know. I feel like this would have to be completely covered on the inside, and then you can see it reflecting and moving on the outside. That's acceptable, I suppose. That way it's just not confusing that there's anything in the back. That seems like a good idea. Oh, hey, look, I have a screenshot of that right there. Make that easy on me, thank you. some of that. How did they achieve that type of purple? I think it's right here. Let's do soft. Like outside colorization, maybe. Oops. Oh. Damn it! Completely lost that. Purple. Thank you. I got sucked into reels. No worries. I'm getting sucked into my own shit over here, like, No, I think I like this color. We're just gonna have to figure out something for the on top part. You could be a clipping mask if you don't mind. But you might need to be another kind of color. I don't know yet. Still smell. Screen? But that's like really bright. I don't know. Okay, let's just figure out some spots here. Oops. I think some of that's better, but not all of it. Ooh, opacity. Okay, that's not bad. What is this? 60%. Good enough, I think. At least to have the two colors on it. Boop. Nice. Damn! I really do have to go through and erase these bits or else it's going to be funky. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That one would be fine. Just not you or you or you. Okay. Good enough, I suppose. And we add our sparklies. I have sparkly brushes somewhere, but I do know if they're on here. I do. Look at that. Oh, I got lucky. I got so lucky. Like, how big is this? 100? 100 even visible? Oh, I put it on the eraser. That doesn't do me any good. It's not an eraser. Excuse me. Excuse me. Guess it's still not helping me. Oh, there it is. I'm like, this is a brush. I know it works. Don't lie to me. Literally just throwing these everywhere because I don't even know. They just show up at random. Woo! Sparkly brushes! Sparkly brushes! Why aren't you showing up over here? They're showing up way the fuck down here. So look at this. You just have to hope they go in the spot you want them to go in. Okay, excuse me. All of you can come up here and behave. Thank you. You and you and you. Oh wait, first of all, I should probably do this individually. You can come over here. You little boogers can come over here. You nice big one right here. Haha. Ah! Not the whole thing, just one, just the one, just the one. Thank you. There's like some over here. Don't know how we got those spots, but they're there. Stop it. Okay, where are you at? Ah, I was gonna say, I know we got a big one somewhere. It's a massive, massive one, actually, if we're really talking about it. This little sucker. It's just a little too big. Woo! Well, hell, we did a great job. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Good job, everybody. Can't believe that went on to do that. That's so funny. Okay. Sparklies, I feel so much better. It's the void, everybody. The void. So exciting. Oh, pretty things make me happy. I'm just saying. pretty voidly or cosmic thingies all make me very happy. So far, so good. What do you guys think? Yes, what's up? Thank you. Here we go. Okay, must save clearly because it's so good. Ugh. I don't want that to go away. Plus, I just don't want to have to go look for that brush again. Yeah. I don't know. They have some pretty big ones. Let me see about getting some really big ones. I don't know where they're gonna show up, so this could be anywhere. Woo! Holy shit! There they are. Not the spot I want them in. So excuse me. Oh wait, one showed up down there. Come on. So are you actually gonna show up where I tap you? That's shocking. Okay. We gotta place these individually because there's just no way. It wants to be a booger. Oh, stop it. Just do what I want and make me happy, okay? Okay. Come here. It is not empty. It's way over here. It is. Ooh. I'll say, well, what bloody layer are you on then? Get over here, you little fucker. Okay. Now we have officially achieved void. The true void. Ah. It's an easy peasy look at. Okay. It's all I needed. What next? I honestly should work on those banners. I don't know, though. There's still the fight between, okay, what you should do and what you want to do. And I clearly want to do a lot. But I'm also trying to get shit done before Grandma comes back. Grandma is at the doctor's right now. So I need to figure out how we're gonna make the chair stand out a little more, because now that void really stands out and you can't really tell with the chair. Let's see, void. Yeah, void goes behind the chair, but you can't really tell. Okay, let me find a good example real quick. The best example is always the Void Elf Heritage armor, but even when you're looking at it, it's like, ugh. It depends. It tends to have glowy effects. So, let's see here. Not necessarily glowy, but how would I put it? Chair. Excuse me. Like, you guys know what I mean? Outside glowy things, like, it kind of looks almost like fire, but it's like this, you know what I mean? Like, that makes that stand out like a million times more. So we're just gonna have to find a good way to do that and make that show up better. Boop. Excuse me, I said erase. Thank you. Flip canvas. It doesn't exactly help. It's still almost exactly horizontally the same, you guys. Like, why? I need like a cloudy brush. Do we have clouds by any chance? Clouds. I tried, I'm sorry. Use the crown, you guys. Use the crown. That should definitely show up. I don't want a mop or a splatter. I want clouds. Okay, you say cloud. I'm gonna trust you anytime. See, there you go. Thank you for that crown. Oh, I look so adorable. Thank you. Okay, it's kind of cloudy, but not my. This is not my version of cloud. You're like way too, what you call it? Oh, I can't adjust you either. You're just there. Yeah, be careful with that. Yeah, they show up for a minute, so you don't have to worry for long. But yeah, a little there. Woo woo, little woo woos. Does that look like cloud effect enough? Okay, that really does. If you get it in the right spot. Oh, not when we're in the voidy part though. I didn't mean to change it so quickly. That's okay. Green one works too. We're getting there. The point is you found it. That's all that matters. I'm gonna come back up to the void real quick. Or down to the void, I should say. It's behind the chair, aren't you? How dare! It's kind of still the right color, but... See, because I call it void blue, but it's like still more purple than blue. So maybe we ought to adjust it a little. But really, I don't want it too blue. Adjust it by 1%. Okay, yeah, no, seriously, 2% is more than enough. I don't think I can handle more than that. I like the way it looks. Now, this one, on the other hand, we could probably... Oh, yeah. Darker blue. That'll work. It is very blue. It is very blue. This was super purple, and now it's super blue. What the fuck? Sometimes you just don't win. It's fine. Hold on, let me go back and look at the heritage armor. I feel like I could probably put a darker stroke on the outside, it might be fine. Yeah, because it's insanely sharp, like when you're looking at it in game. Can I win you? I mean, what? Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Oh wait, we did that just with line art, didn't we? Holy shit. I could probably do the line on here. Let's zoom in and take a look. It just seems like a lot, but it's fine. Layer style, blending options. If we put our own stroke over it, would that be okay? But the problem is they would have to be straight lines if there's any fuckery. Yeah, like look at that. That's like a cut in the line. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Yeah. Okay. So if we do it, we're gonna have to just go over it and make it completely solid. Oh, that is legit not the button I'm looking for. Excuse me. Wouldn't be the first time I'd have to go over something with line art and thicken it up. But, I mean, at least I'd rather attempt it by hand, and we'll see if this looks any good at all. Because I just don't know for sure. It might look good, it may not. We'll just have to figure it out as we go. Because sometimes I can get carried away by hand and make it too wide in some spots. So I'll try my best to do it the right way. Ugh. Stop it. I'm trying to change my thing while I'm working. This is why, like, I don't know if we came up with where to put the button on the pins, but it's like, you know, you shouldn't put that button where I can actually touch it because I'm too busy squeezing my pin. Squeeze me. Let me see. Would you ever consider integrating a Steam game where users redeem points to collect your art virtually? Kind of like 𝐁𝐨𝐫𝐞𝐥 𝐅𝐢𝐫𝐞 or TCG. Probably not. The only way I would want people to have any of my work virtually is if I completely and clearly intend to sell it as the virtual bit. Like this piece I'm trying to do as a virtual desktop wallpaper. That's what the horizontal version is for. But no, I would probably want it specifically just done through my stuff so I could keep an eye on it, make sure it didn't get out of control. Because that's I think the biggest problem with all of that is, like, as far as art is concerned, me personally, but I think our artists in general now, everybody's very concerned about relenting their control to anybody or anything else. So even if it was like a system that is like, okay, this is completely either, you know, run by AI or run by, you know, our programming, it's like, I don't know about that. I don't know. Ooh, what do you guys think? Does it just look better being thicker versus like the other side? I think it does, but I want your opinion first. Also, if I do this version, I could probably do an outer glow. Not an outer glow, sorry. Outer shadow. Yeah, shadow. But I don't want the spread to be like that. Oh, there we go. Like, maybe like that. That might help. Maybe? Nothing leaves your computer. Then I don't understand how that would work. I like to think line art to highlight features. All right, but yeah, what about the blending option, the drop shadow though? Oops, come on. Off or on? I feel like the drop shadow might add more, but that's just me. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna be right back a second. I think Grandma's back. I want to check on her real quick. Alrighty, sorry about that. I just had to make sure real quick. So, for anyone that knows about Grandma, Grandma fell and broke her arm over July 4th holiday. But she had a lot of extra bleeding when she had her surgery. Like, her whole arm was swollen. The swelling is down now, but she went to her primary today. So she was like, oh yeah, apparently for whatever reason, I'm anemic and I'm not supposed to be anemic. So that's cool, but that explains all the bleeding. So that's fun. But anyway, let's see. So, like, I created a collection game. Oh, okay, for a Twitch bot, which runs locally in your machine. You point it to a directory with image files. The image file names get added to the list. That is the local bot inside the bot, setting up the channel reward. Oh, okay, which uses the Twitch channel rewards on command with currency. When redeemed, the bot logs a randomly selected art name into a list that is tied to the user, which is stored locally. Okay, but what does that mean for the person getting the art then? Because, like, can they just click on it and look at it whenever they want? Like, what is that? I don't understand. It's just interactive for chat. I can see it, like, I could see it working if, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think if it were something where you could bring it up, like let me bring up something real quick just to have it on screen. Like, you say, oh, I want to see, like, out of a whole list of different things, it's like, oh, I want to see another picture, like, on screen. Ignore the fact that this is actually in Photoshop, but be like, oh, I want to pull up a picture on screen, and they could just pull up a picture to pop up, like, through the integration, just to be, like, on the screen to look at or something. Is that what you mean? Like, that I can see working, but yeah, it's a little complicated in, like, what exactly it's doing. But I mean, the idea of it just, again, being an interaction thing is really cool, because I do look for, like, with the crowns that I have, like, I'm looking for something where people can just, like, have it show up for, you know, a certain amount of time, just to have, you know, something to do and click on, because, like, I had a little game, but nobody was using it, and now Faye's the only one who uses it, but he always uses it, like, at the wrong time. It's just like, okay. So I turned it off. Oh, it's a text collection. Okay. The image does pop up screen when it's redeemed. Oh, okay. I'll say that sounds kind of cute. gotta get really close for this to even see these lines. Killing me. I haven't figured out a way for it to be viewed offline besides storing a low quality version that brings the image into a server somewhere. I don't think it would, like, I don't think it would be necessary to view it offline, like, unless you were planning on trying to screenshot it or do something you're not supposed to be doing with it. Yes, Galactic Diva. Hello, Mickey. Because, like, okay, put it this way, Carbs. Like, if you could put something where, like, you make your own little icons, kind of like, or not even icons. Like, if I could make, like, through your thing, because, like, you know how WoW has its achievement things and you have, like, your icon and it says what you've got? If I could have something where the achievement pops up and it was, like, collecting achievements, that would be, I would love to do that. Then I would want it. Yeah. There's very few cases for it to be stored online unless it becomes its own server bot. Yeah, that's true. Say, how are you, Mickey Bay? I don't know when you got here. If you want me to zoom out, just say so. I'll zoom out and show you where we're at. Yeah, if it were like that, Carbs, like, I would definitely do it, because I've been trying to figure out how to do stuff like that with bots that already exist. And the problem with, like, the Mix It Up one is, like, because the Mix It Up does my crown. So here, let me put on a blue crown or something real quick. So I put on the crown, but it has to then stay there. It's not like an OBS overlay where, like, you can have multiple things on the overlay. It's just the one overlay. So if I move it, then it moves. And if I want to put something else, say, show up in the bottom right hand of my screen that pops up, it's still just going to pop up exactly right there where the crown is. And that irritates me. I'm like, I can't have multiple things show up that are different, like, different things, because that's something I would want to do. Like, I wanted to do the crowns. The crown was the first idea, because I'm like, I want to put up, like, I have my Pally crowns for this, but I'm like, well, what if I want to do, like, some, because I don't remember how long it's been since you played WoW, or if you do still play WoW, I don't know. But, so, like, every class has, like, a headpiece or something to add that would be cool, or, like, maybe a weapon, or just anything that randomly pops up. Like, I could have my Pally wings pop up, but it would be exactly where the crown is. Like, I can't get it to be in a separate spot. So if there's something in any way, shape, or form different where I can make it show up and have something else show up, you know, like doing the achievements or something else, I would love it, because, yeah, I want my chat to be interactive, but only for the things that I want, you know what I mean? Add. Oh my god. Let me see. We're gonna check out the Echoes event at some point. But yeah, so Helena baby, I understand with her stuff because it's like, yeah, you can only have certain systems that use things like, see what I mean though, like that's, but yeah, using a bot is a fantastic idea because of like all of these limitations that we have on either, you know, operating systems or just, you know, whatever the hell we're fucking using. Like again, for me, I love Mix It Up Bot, but it doesn't have more options that I would like. So I'm over here like, really? You're supposed to be like one of the best bots, but you're not doing what I want. Like, how is this helpful? It's not. So, oh, it was Lich King. Okay, yeah. I started in Lich King. Matter of fact. But yeah, either way, so you've played, you know what I mean though, with like certain things. Like I want to add add-ons. Like they don't need to legitimately be like WoW specific, but just in general, like I'm saying, if you can make up your own achievements for things and make like a collection for your chat, that would be badass. And then of course, if you can get that integrated to work with like the the rewards that are already there, that would also be great. Because that was one of the things that drew me to trying to use Mix It Up Bot, was because I could make it a redemption through my channel points, and I was like, oh, thank God. Because like I had another, I don't even remember what app I used, but I used something else to collect like channel points. But when Twitch used their own, I just was like, fuck this shit. We're just gonna use what's already available, because I'm not gonna play this game of, oh, you know, let's try to keep track of all of this shit. Because I think I started, I don't remember what it was, but I know I started using something that 𝐁𝐨𝐫𝐞𝐥 was using. Because I was like, oh yeah, you can have your own thing, and then Twitch decided to come out with their own because they're bastards. Which, I mean, was helpful in the end, but at the time it was like, really? I'm already tracking points and rewards and things, you're killing me. So then I had the 2, and I was like, yeah, no, we're over this. So just in general, I'm pretty sure you would have a lot of people who would want it. Yeah, if you could make a bot to do that, yeah. Yeah, it would be popular real fast, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, you're a little fat there, lady. There we go. But yeah, so it just depends on all the stuff you can do on your side. I mean, I would hate to have to program anything, but yeah. Because it's just kind of like coding. Like, I love that I can code specific things. Like, nothing fancy, but like to most people it's probably fancy. Where, like, you know how you do a mouse hover over an image, and you can like change the image, you can, you know, have it like gray out, you can have it do all these things, whatever you code it to do, essentially. And then there's motherfucking Squarespace. Just saying. I mean, I have Squarespace, I love Squarespace, but yeah, their shit doesn't always want to work with handwritten code, and it makes me very mad. So again, anytime, like, whether it be like a bot for things or other stuff that helps with those integrations where it's like it makes me be able to do what I want, I would be way too happy to have it. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lise just gifted a sub. The bottom left image showed up, and then chat is on the right. Oh. Let me see. Discord. Yeah, got it. Chat who, where, what did I miss? We're talking about bot integrations and what they can do for us if done properly. Alright, I will zoom out as soon as I get wide enough here and finish this bit. Boop, boop. Woo! Alrighty. Here we are, by the way, if anyone hasn't seen it yet. This is the full-size image of Xalatath. This is our mummy, our void mummy, working on thickening up our chair wing bits. That's what the zooming in is all about. So we're going to put more effects on them, but at the moment I need to get them all set up and sized appropriately because it's hard to see it, apparently. So anyway, thank you for joining us today, all you beautiful souls. Oops. Anyways, let's see here. I was thinking you were going to say we're talking about blood. What gave you that impression? Blood sacrifices, guys. Blood sacrifices. Let's talk about it. Because blood is cool. Ugh, only to some. Blood is a commodity. Why are you just not doing that right? Squeeze me. Oh my goodness. I'm right-handed, so if anyone sees me flipping it in a particular direction, it's because it's just easier for my right hand to curve in a particular way. So that's with all the flippy flippies. Okay, that was a little much. Yep. Oh my goodness. I was like, I don't even know which way's up anymore. Okay, there we go. Woo. What? So sorry, I'm not the most chatty person in the world at the moment. I'm really trying to focus and not fuck up my lines. Stupid line art. Yeah, I love you. Aw, you're so sweet. Ugh, let me put that down. Boop, boop. That's okay. I love you too. Not as sweet as you. How do you even know I'm sweet? What if I'm savory? You would have no idea until it was too late. It's never too late. Okay, now that that is all settled, Jesus, let's put that blending option back on. Boop. Ooh, it's a little dark, you think? I think that might be a little much now. Okay, first of all, I might want that there. What if, yeah, see that spread on that's a little much, but okay, that's not helpful. Okay, so you're just gonna stay down here. That kind of helps. Okay, let me see. Back it up, back it up. Oh yeah, I think that'll work better. It's more visible, you think? Do do do. My only complaint is that it just seems a little too dark for that, so I would probably put this behind the wing. There we go. I'm like, I like the dark, but I don't like the dark in front of what I already have. I want it behind it. You're just too sweet. Is that it, huh? Okay, so that's the chair. Save. Save, because I don't want to do that again. It's a little rough on the wrist. Line art. Blech. It kills me. I'm gonna have to figure out something to put on the floor. Maybe some kind of arcana. I don't know. I don't want it to be too crazy. It's like, look how crazy it is already. I was over here, me and my, oh yeah, we're not gonna have much of a background. So, definitely gonna get rid of the background for the coloring book part. Either that or I don't know. We'll have to figure out the versions of that, because there's no line art on that. Someone purple on the floor. Someone purple puked, more like. But yeah, this piece is probably the biggest one I've ever done, even in terms of like how many layers and how many groups there are. This is legitimately the biggest piece. I'm just glad I have a computer that can handle it. Oh, something. Like someone purple on the floor. Sounds like someone puked on the floor, but I don't know. What weird stuff are people sending me? Stop that. Oh, there's like a million screen things. Hold on, I'm checking my live camera feed. Because it keeps bothering me that Dad is walking by. It's like, yes, I know there's a human. Thank you. Much appreciated. Oh, was he just putting some metal over there? Don't know what kind of metal or what for, but... What is this? Let's see what he was doing. Oh, he was carrying something. Whatever. I'm just being nosy at this point because I'm not there. Do they want to... Oh, smell her feet or something. Maybe kiss her feet. I don't know. You never know. I'm really, really enjoying the look of this stuff. It's just so good. It's just so good. How you guys doing anyways? Hi, Glutonio. We're good, you know, just fighting the typical, like, what should we do? Blah, blah, blah. Art-wise. You know, I think I did my lines thicker on that side. Ugh, why? Yeah, just a few spots. Oh, okay, I see why. It was fine until we put them behind in the back. That's what happened. We put them in the back and they're not as thick because these are outside now. Do. Fun. So I don't have to redo those. See what I mean? Even if you just move layers on something, it's just like, oh, excuse me, what were you doing here? Like, look at this. That's what happened. Okay. We're just gonna have to focus on the outside and call it good. Like, some of it's fine, but some of it's not, because it just doesn't mix with whatever's going on. There we go. Ugh. Aggravating. Okay. What do I think I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna come back over here. Oh, I'm erasing. That would definitely not help. There's nothing to erase. Okay, so I need to be on top of these and fix these because this is killing me. It's killing me. How dare you? I made you nice and beautiful, and then you decided to be a jerk. Actually, I'm lazy, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna duplicate that layer, but I'm gonna put it back on top where it was. But for the top layer, we're gonna get rid of the stupid blending. So the bottom layer is the one with the blendy. Fuck you. I'm not doing all those lines all over again. I'm gonna find a way out of it. Let me see. I mean, would you? If you were, of course I would kiss her feet. Are you kidding me? She is Mommy Xally. Cool, I'm eating. It's 3 a.m. It's 11 p.m. Almost bedtime. Yeah, it is 1:30 in the afternoon. I definitely had some lunch, but I'm not gonna lie. I probably need, like, more food. Yeah, and those are just the lines. Cool, cool. See, I'm not too concerned about lines on, like, Xally or other parts of the chair, because most of it I think it's just going to be rendered, but we'll have to see about that. Oh, no, that's that. Okay, so stars. I'm gonna have to start specifying what these layers are. Woo. Those are for the wings, that's the outer lines, that's the lantern, that's the chair. Yeah, what did we do with the, oh, that's back here. Blue cloud. Let me duplicate that for a minute. Let's play with some more layer effects. Not like we need it, but you never know. I don't know about that. Some of these pieces are like not exactly what I would imagine them to be, but you know, not judging too harshly. What if they were just a different color? Does that even matter? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, probably not. No. But what if we did it as an outer? I don't think you can get small enough for that. It just doesn't like anything. Yeah, no. Luckily, that's fine. Okay, we'll just leave that as that. If I make any effects on it, it'll be hand-drawn. Let me see. Hold on. 1:30. So if I sleep for 8 hours and wake up, I'll still see you awake. Yeah, that's how I saw you the other day when you were like up at 9 a.m. or something for you, but I was still awake. I still hadn't even gone to bed yet. It was like, what, 7 for me? You're almost exactly on the opposite side of the planet for me. Almost exactly. You're just like 2 hours off. By the way, Vel, you play D&D? I have in the past. I'm not great with it, but yes. And I have a D&D cookbook. And yes, I also loved the Dungeons & Dragons movie. Actually, both of them. The old one and then the new one they just came out with all those people. It was hilarious. Love it. What about it? While I save here. I'm gonna play it cool. I'm a very early bird. Sleep early, wake up early. It depends for me. Just lately, one, because of the stress, but also even before the fires, I don't know. I was getting up pretty early, and I'm not an early person. I would rather stay up late, but I don't wake up early, and I don't stay up late anymore. I'm kind of like the perfect in between, because I need 10 hours of sleep at least. The more I get, the better, but I can't have too much either. I think I could have 12 at the most. But, or else I'll be sick. It's just weird. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just a moderate person. I'm moderately up between 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then I moderately go to bed between, like, either right after work, which can be 7 o'clock, or up to 11 p.m. That's, like, as far as I go. But anyway. Ooh, hold on, ad break. Let me see if I can do anything about that. Probably not. Will you go away? I'm busy looking at things. No. Why are you not letting me control my ads, you bastard? I'll say something after ad break, just for those poor people who have to wait. Ay, ay, ay. It's so hot outside. Not as hot as it was. We're not even gonna hit 100 degrees today. Yay! That's always a good sign. Let's see. Not showing much there, but that's fine. Doo-dee-doo-doo-doo. It was 39 Celsius today. Yes, so usually it gets up to about, what, 40 Celsius for is the thing. But yeah, I think it's a lot cooler today. Yeah, okay. Hopefully everybody's back from ads now. Sorry, I was just waiting for you guys. Let's see, 𝐁𝐸𝐫𝐞𝐥, because I'm very interested in it, and the reason I don't have any friends, and I don't know how to play. Okay, let's see. I don't know. I just like streaming and seeing people going to work or gym or whatever they do. Yeah, that's fair. Well, I think as long as, you have other people's lives to be interested in, like it's good entertainment, um well, Glutonio, that's like two halves of a coin here. So, like, I don't have friends I can play with either. Like, I know people that do D&D, they're like real life friends and they all get together and play D&D all day and hang out and order food and stuff, but I wish I were that cool, but I'm not. I played online. I mean, I did do a session in person back when a buddy of mine ran a shop when I lived in Alabama, but clearly I don't live in Alabama anymore, so I play online. But yeah, even then, we played, like, as you can tell, well, actually, you may or may not see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. Just in our Discord in Asteria, you can see that there's like a D&D invite only area. We used to play D&D and we would do it online. It was like Neva. If you guys know, if you remember 𝐁𝐸𝐾𝐥 changed to Tilly. So Tilly was our DM. And we would always have to ask questions. Like, we were all very new to it. I think we had like 5 or 6 players, and like 2 people had played before, and the rest of us were kind of iffy new. But yeah, it's fun, but it also depends on like who you're playing with, I think. But that was my thing. I was always like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know anything about this. Let me just like ask a million stupid questions as we go along. So as long as like you have a good leader, like a good dungeon master who's like, I will answer any question, blah, 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 blah. It was really fun. I take it back. I've played 3 times. The very, very first time I did it, it was all of us. I was married at the time, so this is a very long time ago. My husband and I went to a friend's house, and there were like 8 of us, and we all drank and played. Like, it was a tabletop game is what I'll say. It wasn't D&D because it was like a Star Wars game. They were all Jedi on a quest, and then like 3 of us were, it was like a cross genre kind of thing. We were like predators from like Alien versus Predator, and all 3 of us predators fucked up their whole Jedi squad. It was great. But yeah. So yeah, any tabletop kind of games, it's a lot of fun. I'm sorry, I gotta lurk love you. Don't worry about it. Go to bed, you crazy. I'm gonna start playing WoW next month. Oh, congrats. I think WoW is fun. It's not fun solo, but there's enough like people that like you can find a place to fit in, like with a guild and stuff. But now you can do cross server guilds, so that's even better. So as long as you can find, like, you'll probably have to do what, like the European server. So if you have European friends of any kind, you could probably join their guild. As like for us in NA, like we have guilds all over the place. I just joined my own guild from Cross Realm because I'm like, fuck this, I don't need anybody. But yeah. So it's one-time pay. My friend said it's monthly. For World of Warcraft, it's a monthly pay. You have to pay once for the game itself, whatever expansion, and then you have to pay every month. The only thing about it is you can acquire gold, your in-game currency. You have gold, silver, and bronze, which nobody counts anything. It's all just gold. The problem is the amount of gold required to buy a 30-day sub is a lot. So if you're going to invest your time and play the game and be on the auction house and make money and use your professions and, be out mining, fishing, skinning, whatever it is, and you're selling your resources, as long as you have the time to do that and play it, you can pay for it through the in-game currency, and that's fine. You can just buy tokens off the auction house. I personally prefer that, but right now I don't have the time to play and sit in game and do that because I'm doing this. I'm working. I'm drawing. I'm too busy drawing. I don't have time to just sit around and play all day. If that's all I was doing, I could do it, but because I work and do that, it's a little rough. But I mean, as long as you're working and your work is paying you enough, it's you could always pay for it. I don't know how your currency works. But ours is $15 a month. And then if you buy the tokens in game, the real time worth is an extra $5. So it's $20 technically, because you can buy a token without buying it with gold. Like, you can buy it with real money, but it's more money if you do it that way. The cheapest way, that's too much information, I'm sorry. So, okay, the cheapest way is to know how long you're going to play. If you play for 1 month, it costs the most $15 a month. If you pay for like 6 months at a time, technically it's a few dollars cheaper. And if you pay for a year, it's really out of pocket a lot at once, but it's, again, still the cheapest in the end. So if for just mark numbers for me. You don't have to know the exact math, but mark the numbers with me real quick. $15 for 1 month. But if I paid yearly, it would equate to $12 a month. But all in all, it's going to be like almost $70, $80 for the whole year. So it depends. For me, I don't like the paying to play thing, because it doesn't count your time in the actual time played. It counts time in real time. So if I wanted to play for a week, I still have to pay that 30 days. You know, I have to pay for the whole 30 days. Once you start, it's on a real-time countdown, and you're paid up for the whole month. But if I don't play all of my game time for that whole month, that's time I've lost, which kills me with games. But that's just the way that it works. You know, the companies, they want to make sure that they're getting paid every month no matter what, you know, whether you play or not. So for me, my time is so valuable. I won't pay to play unless I know I'm going to spend time on the game. I got lucky. You guys know Jam. He shows up in here quite a lot. Jam gifted me 2 months worth of game time. That's the only reason I got to play for the last 2 months, and I'm very grateful. So yeah, that's another thing. If people want to pay me through game time, sometimes that works. Yes, you will pay monthly. I'll just do that in chat just to confirm. Yes. Glutonio, remind me, where do you live? Just country. I'm thinking currency, so I can try to tell you the right amount. Sorry, I'm going back to arting. I'm thinking and talking at the same time. Actually, what time is it? I think I might be about done for today, just because I can't do too much. Let me save it again, just to be safe for like the millionth time. Save it. Because it is too goddamn hot in this room. I gotta go hang out with Nona. But we will be back tomorrow, if anyone is curious. Again, I'm not sure what time. I'm going to try for our typical times, but because everything is so up in the air with all the fire things, and I don't know if I'm going to go with Dad. I don't know if I'm going to stay here. So it depends. We will have more information tonight, so that's why you guys are getting schedule updates pretty much every night on Discord. For Twitch. I wish it would just tell me from right here. It doesn't tell me. But yeah, hit me up on Discord, Glutonio. I'll try to answer any other questions you may have about that. But anyway, Congratulations to Carbs for your 1 month gifted sub. Thank you, Lace Boy. That was very generous of you. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow, maybe. I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, if we do, we will, of course, continue on this. We're still working on the chair. I will most likely work on the out bits and then get into the main girl, because I just don't know what kind of things are going to interfere with the look of this piece. Again, we're trying not to do anything too crazy, but we'll find out. So anyway, I love you guys. I will see you later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and listening to my rambling and ranting and everything. So, you know, you guys are the best. Bye bye.